Camera number 127 of 365 is the Canon SuperShot Z90W, or you can also find the Canon Prima Super 90 Wide. Identical cameras, different names. I thought I'd come across two different cameras, but they're not, they're identical. So we'll focus on one of them. It's a fully automatic point and shoot camera. It does have a few custom functions, but requires batteries to operate all its functions. And we place the battery, which is one of these 123 batteries, into the battery compartment there. And then to fire up the camera, we simply pull back the clamshell, and that opens the camera for operation. The zoom is a 28 to 90mm lens, and we can see the various arrays here: self-timer, focus, and viewfinder. And notice the flash pops up every time we close and open. There we go. Now the business side of the camera really is around the back, but we'll just have a look at the top. We have a self-timer button and the camera actuation button. Oops, whoa, sorry about that. Nice inclusion of adapter as a glasses wearer. I find that very helpful, so that's always a bonus. And then our zoom is operated by this push button. One side zooms in, one side zooms out. Not quite sure which way. There we go. Oh, didn't like that. For whatever reason, I think it's because, yes, this clamshell is very sensitive. You just move it slightly and it closes the camera down, so note to user. But we push the zoom out and zoom in there. Around the dial here, this is where all the various functions can be found. So just going through them. On auto, it's, as the name describes, auto program. We literally point and shoot, and the camera makes all the decisions. But we do have night portrait mode, and macro mode. And you'll notice the zoom zooms out there for our macro function. Moving the dial back, we have spot metering. Again, that's a nice feature. RT, I had to check the manual for that. Real time. Apparently on auto there is a slight delay between pushing the button and actually taking the camera, as you can see there. And then presumably RT is real time. There's not such a delay. Well, I can't. Yes, there is actually. So you have to focus by pressing halfway down, and then you can focus. Because of the closeness, it doesn't always work here. So RT is for real time, so it actually shortens the time period between pushing the button and taking the photograph. But you do have to press it down halfway to achieve focus, then fall down. Personal, that's a couple of custom functions with regard to flash and focusing modes. I never use those. And then we have mode button, and through our liquid crystal display is basically the flash that we can choose, and a single focus mode. Under normal circumstances, the camera uses its 3 focus points, but we can select a single focus point. Otherwise, we can toggle through various flash modes with the pressing the mode button down and using the zoom button. We can have flash on, flash off with exposure compensation plus 1.5, no flash with minus 1.5 exposure compensation, and then we can flash at night time, and then again, that's it. So quite a number of modes there with regard to the flash, and a couple of custom functions there, and very light camera. Not quite sure I like the idea of the flash popping up every time I open the clamshell, but maybe it's a talking point, I don't know. Interesting. Interesting camera nonetheless. So that has been camera number 127 of 365, the Canon SuperShot Z90W.